We are going to talk about a movie.
This is gonna be a disaster.
It was one of the best movies of the year.
It's gonna go so well. Probably one of the last movies I would ever want to see in a theater. What is going on, everybody? Taylor here, and today I'm finally going to be reacting to the new Spider-Man trailer that dropped about 2 days ago. I'm a little bit behind lately because I'm still trying to get situated in my new place. There's a lot of stuff to still unpack. My job has been really crazy lately, so I haven't really been getting a lot of free time, but I really do want to watch this trailer and get a reaction for you guys. I'm very, very interested to see what kind of footage we're going to get in this trailer, because now that the spoiler ban has kind of officially been lifted for Endgame, I'm assuming there are some things in here that are going to verge into some spoiler territory if you haven't seen the movie. So I'm assuming we're going to get to see a little bit more of Mysterio in this trailer. I'm assuming that we're going to get a little bit more of what the story is going to look like laid out in this trailer, but let's just jump in and check it out.
The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer is about to play, but if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet, stop watching because there's some serious spoilers about to come up.
Oh, good.
But if you have seen
Alright.
Avengers Endgame, enjoy the trailer.
Here we go.
Everywhere I go, I see his face.
Oh,
I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too.
I'm already
I don't
gonna.
think
Oh
Tony
no.
would have done what he did if he didn't know that you were gonna be here after he was gone.
Oh, I'm gonna cry already. Dang, get it.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs. I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work because I am going on vacation.
Heads up, Nick Fury's calling you.
I don't really want to talk to Nick
Answer
Fury.
the phone.
Why?
Because if you don't talk to him, then I have to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
Oh my god.
What's up? We're just talking about the trip.
I'm here in St. Marco Polo. Oh,
I think MJ really likes me.
reminds me when I first fell in love.
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man.
Dang, should've just answered his call.
This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world? Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap to our hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
Yes! She's back! Oh my god.
There's gotta be someone else you can use. What about Thor?
Off-world.
Captain Marvel. Unavailable. But I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
What do you want?
Got you there.
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel. MJ, I
am Spider-Man.
No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
You're right, we may not be ready, but this is my responsibility.
I like
Saving
this
the world
version
requires sacrifice.
of MJ if she is actually Mary Jane.
Sometimes people die.
She's awesome.
Oh my god.
I just always feel like I put my friends in danger. The world needs the next Iron Man.
You going to step up or not?
Ooh. Oh, I love that music.
Get you guys out of here! Get on the jet! Who are you? I work with Spider-Man.
You work for Spider-Man?
I work with Spider-Man, not for Spider-Man. New plan!
Oh, so we're happy. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this movie. I think that Tom Holland does such a great job in this role, and it's really, really fun to get to see someone who looks the age of the younger Spider-Man that is actually dealing with a lot of these high school based kind of dramas. I love that we're really getting to see the awkward teenageness of trying to deal with having a crush on someone or being in love with someone, and trying to mesh that with also being a superhero with a different identity. I've always said I don't even know how you would do that. I could barely handle being a teenager just by itself, and I can still barely handle being an adult just by itself sometimes. So I'm really, really happy that it looks like we're going to get both of those sides explored a lot more in this movie. I'm wondering what kind of balance this movie is going to strike, not only with, as I mentioned, Peter dealing with being in high school and also trying to be a superhero and dealing with his friends and being in love and all that kind of stuff. But I am curious how much room this movie is going to allow for Peter to really deal with the grief of what happened, and if the weight of what happened is really going to be felt by him. Obviously, we got the scene in this trailer of him tearing up and him talking to Happy about it, and that's really powerful. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what kind of balance this movie is going to strike with all of the different things that it has to deal with, that Peter is feeling, that he's learning, that he's failing at or doing well. I think the success of how well this movie is able to balance the grief of everything that happened in Endgame, the stress of being a high school student, the nervousness and uncertainty of having a crush or being in love, and then all of the feelings that he must have in terms of what does he do as a superhero now? What is his responsibility? What is he focusing on? What is he capable of? So that is something I'm very, very curious to see how it ends up playing out and what direction we get to see Peter Parker go in. I think that it's really, really, really exciting to see that Maria Hill is in this movie, that we are actually getting more from her, because I was a little bit disappointed to not see her having a bigger role in Endgame or Infinity War or something like that, when there really was a lot of opportunities. I think she could have stepped in to do some things. But this is very, very exciting. Really happy about that. I'm very, very excited to get another movie where we get a lot of Nick Fury. I think he worked very well in Captain Marvel, and seeing their relationship on screen was something that worked really beautifully in that movie, and I think we're going to get something not similar in terms of their relationship in this movie, but I think we're going to get some really, really great on-screen interactions, and that he's going to play a really big part in, as it's showing, kind of inspiring Peter Parker to either step up or get out of the way. It's very clear in this trailer that they're very heavily feeling the loss of Tony Stark, of not having Iron Man around, and it's looking like a lot of people are wanting to put that pressure of that kind of mantle, not the Iron Man mantle, but the mantle of stepping up and being that kind of caliber of a hero, onto Spider-Man, and that's a lot of pressure for anyone, let alone a teenager. So this trailer definitely adds to my excitement for wanting to see this movie. I don't think it particularly gave me anything that pushed me up to another level of excitement, but I don't really know if that would have been possible with how much I've been anticipating this movie as the first movie we're going to get dealing with the effects that the snap had in terms of a movie outside of a team-up film, outside of an Avengers film. This is the first look we're going to get at how the world, at least the world of Spider-Man and what he's connected to, are dealing with it, or if they're not really dealing with it well. I love that Spider-Man music they use when the title credit comes up. I think it's so clever and so fun the way that they have integrated that. I'm very, very curious to see how this is actually going to be spun with Mysterio, because in all of the marketing at this point, it seems like they're still presenting him as a hero. It's presenting it as he's obviously from not from their version of Earth in their timeline, is what it sounded like. And I'm definitely wondering what the turning point of this movie is going to be. If it's going to be a revelation that he's not such a good guy. There's a lot that they could do with that, the way that they've set this up. And as someone who is not very familiar at all with Mysterio as a character. I don't really have the insight to form an educated guess with where this is going to go, but I think that assuming that the movie is going to get to a point where it shows he's not a great guy and ends up being a villain is being hid very well in these trailers for people who aren't very familiar with these comics, with these storylines, because to a general viewer who really enjoys the movies but maybe doesn't know a lot about the comics, I think they're doing a great job with their marketing for this movie. So I'm just really, really excited. I think that they're going to really have a successful Spider-Man on their hands with this cast and with the direction that it looks like they're going to be taking now that Tony Stark, his mentor and the one who really dragged him into this whole world, now that he's gone and now that he has to figure out how all of this is going to work and what this means for him without Tony being there, really showing him what to do or giving him advice and things like that. And I will be interested to see if there are any little helmet video messages that were left for Peter, or there are some people who are theorizing, I've seen, that maybe Tony becomes a Jarvis for Peter in some sort of way, that he had programmed something like that. So there's a lot of possibilities in this movie, especially since it is, as I mentioned, the movie that's really pushing us into this new phase after Endgame. So what did you guys think of the trailer? Are you excited to see the new suits in this trailer? Are you excited that we're getting Happy and Maria and just a whole bunch of people? We're getting Fury. We're getting these characters that we recognize from this universe, from other movies, but now we're getting them really taking on the world of Spider-Man, because I think it's going to be pretty cool. What are your thoughts on Mysterio? What are we going to get there? Just talk about it with me, because I really, really want to hear what you guys have to say, especially if you're more informed with that storyline than I am. Thank you guys so much for your patience and your support. I know I haven't been uploading as often because I've been dealing with a lot of things, but you guys have still been there for me, and it means so much. If you want to check out any of my social media, it's down in the description. My link to my Patreon is also down there. You guys are seriously the best. I wouldn't have half the motivation to do this as I do without you, because it's something that I love. But when I have no energy, you guys telling me that you want to see my reviews and my reactions really, really helps. So thank you guys so, so much, and I will see you all next time.